evening. Yeah, it's a bit odd starting the video at the end of the day, but I thought I'd just show you me calves. Went to market today and got another 7. I was hoping to get a few more really, but there wasn't a great deal of choice. And I wanted to try and get a bit of a better quality calf, but what I'm finding is there's only naff calves in markets. All the good calves seem to go out to these dealers, and what you're getting in the markets are just basically what can't go, doesn't meet the criteria for calf dealers. So there wasn't a great deal to choose from, but I have managed to buy all bulls and mostly Angus. I did get one Hereford, who's probably the best calf of the lot, to be fair. I think he's a hell of a calf considering what I paid for him. But yeah, a bit of an odds and sod bunch, but not too bad really. I've just tried to feed them because it's quite cold tonight, it's frosty. I thought I'll just try them. Sometimes I don't bother on the first night, just let them get hungry. But I think there's only 2 that didn't drink. That Hereford was one of them, and none of them drank very well. They all seem to, maybe they've all come straight off their mums, which is, yeah, I thought they were a bit old for that really. They're all like 3, 4, 5 months old, weeks old, so you'd have thought they'd be sort of bucket trained by now, but yeah, none of them were. So yeah, anyway, we'll carry on this video tomorrow and we'll see how they get on feeding in the morning. What I might do is hang fire and go and maybe buy some just before Christmas, because you can normally get some really good deals, because there's usually plenty of calves, because nobody wants to, be feeding them all over Christmas, but there's not normally very many buyers because nobody wants to be feeding them over Christmas, but it doesn't bother me. So what I might do is go back in another 2 weeks or so and get enough to, because I've only got 2 in 2 pens, so I could get, and then I've got enough space for another pen, so I could have another 5. It'll make a real nice bunch then. We'll see. Right, I'm going to go and have my tea. Morning. Well, another day of cattle bawling at me. Just tempted to maybe put my muck spreader on and just see how the ground travels. We've had we had a pretty decent white over frost this morning. I think it was only about -1 last night, but yeah, we haven't had any proper rain for 4 or 5 days maybe. I don't know. And I can't really just keep tipping muck up, because otherwise I'm going to end up with a hell of a pile. So I thought I might just scrape this passageway out and put it in the spreader and just go and find a dry bit of one of my fields where I haven't spread and just see how it travels. Not really expecting it to travel very well, but and then of course if it travels okay, I could just keep going, couldn't I? So tried to start my digger before, but it doesn't like starting in the cold, so I had to put that on charge and just chucked a bit of diesel in this tractor. So I'm just going to put the spreader on and scrape this passageway out. next to my bonfire site, I might just chuck some of the rubbish out of this tractor cab as well. Yeah, these, don't know whether many people have got these 10 series John Deeres, but they have two settings for the spool valve, so they can either be so your lever either just flings back into the middle position when you let go of it, or you can have it locking into flow. So I set that to lock flow. Then I've normally got to turn the hydraulic down on that, but I'll have to figure that out as I get going. It's a lot easier on that one because you can do it all from in the cab, because that one's got electric spools. But I'm going to use this. This tractor seems to travel really well. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I might change my tune later on today, but up to now, I've never really had made a mess or got badly stuck with that tractor, whereas that tractor seems to get stuck very easily. My guess would be that this tractor overall has probably got more tread on the tyres than that one, because the front ones are near enough brand new, and the back ones have I don't know, 20 or 30%, whereas both tyres on that tractor are probably only about 40%. So overall there's probably more tread on it. So it just, I don't know, it's obviously a lighter tractor. Might do a video sometime comparing the two, but it just seems to travel nicely, doesn't make a mess. So we'll see how that goes. I might completely change my mind, but yeah, I suppose these winter, I've never made winter videos before because I started making these in the spring, I think. So what you can expect from these winter videos is basically the same thing. A lot of me wearing this same outfit, moaning on every video about how I want to spread muck but it's too wet to spread muck. So hold tight for like 6 months of that now. But yeah, I suppose that's what we do, innit? And there's always the standard YouTuber thing of moaning about how hard everything is to do with one hand, but we're not going to go there. Right, I'm going to lock these cattle back. They've had a couple of hours to eat, so they shouldn't be too upset about it, and then I need to get another bale of straw in here. Yeah, I think that's going to be the last time that I try and get a shot from the top of the bucket, because I need a better magnet for my camera, I think. The first time it happened down there a couple of videos back in that pile of muck, and I ended up rooting around the muck looking for my camera, but I did find it, and then now it's just happened again in that muck spreader. So Yeah, we'll just have to call it a day on that. I think I'll have to have a bigger magnetic mount. So yeah, I've just put some of these shavings in. It's a horse muck trailer I emptied the other day, and by the looks of it, I would say maybe the majority of the people on the yard are using pro bed. It's like rape straw, but there's maybe one person that's using wood chip, because there's a little bit of wood shavings in it, but it's mostly pro bed by the looks of things. Oh, and a bit of bale wrap, that's always nice. Bale net. But yeah, there's still a lot of I think there's a lot of absorbing for it to do yet, but it's a bit too much putting a whole load in one go. It puts too much pressure on these barriers. So what I'd done was just cleared the space here and tipped it there. It's not a very big trailer, so tip the trailer load here, and it's sort of undercover, so it's not going to get wet. And what I'll do is I'll just put a couple, maybe half a load in each time. I don't know what I'll do. I might just put a couple of buckets in, and that way I'm not ending up with a great big load of weight on the barriers, but it'll just absorb a bit of the this wet muck that's coming out of these cows on this wetter silage. So we'll see how it goes. I'm trying to just sort of scrape and bed them a bit more regularly at the moment, because, well, I don't know why really, but I find that if you put, with them being the way they are on this wet silage, they're mucking up their bed very quickly. So you want to scrape them out more often. But if you put 2 bales in one go, they don't really need, like, I don't want to have to scrape them out and not bed them up, if that makes sense, because it's better to do the whole job at the same time for me. So if you put 1 bale in, that lasts them like 2 days, for which time this passageway wants scraping out again. If you put 2 bales in, it'll last them like 3 or 4 days. Well, it'll last 3 days, and then it'll go really mucky because there's too much slop in this passageway, and they're just carrying it onto the muck. So in a way, it seems to be more efficient to just put 1 bale in and then scrape it out every like 2 days. But I'm hoping that, you know, if I keep putting a bit of sprinkle of muck in the passageway, that'll help again. But you might think I'm just wasting my time talking a load of nonsense, which I am, obviously. Right, I'm going to put a bale in there now anyway. My sister here today, she's opening the gates. Hoping she'll do some up and close filming with the behind the muck spreader. So we're going to go in here and I'm going to drive along that ditch bank, because that's the driest part of the field, and then just see how it goes. If it travels alright, we'll work our way back into the wetter part of the field until we get stuck. She's struggling to open the gate. Just can't get the staff. That's what you call too wet.
It's a bit wet.
Yeah. Well, we didn't get stuck.
No. Is that it?
I was just ranting on to the camera this morning that that tractor travels really well and it never gets stuck. That's pretty
You're gonna
wet.
carry on and just do the whole thing?
It's empty.
No, I mean stamp that down.
I think it probably wants a roller in the spring. Well, I think we'll just leave it at that load. Won't go mad. Muck all the sheds out. I mean, that was with an empty spreader.
Yeah. It's made a sort of tennis ball effect on the field.
It's going to take a bit of rolling. Right. Probably help if I plug the lights in as well. Why are you filming the back of the spreader?
Just because, you know, interesting. I didn't know what the back of the spreader looked like.
Might be interesting to you.
Well, maybe not you. Just trying to fill. I need filler.
Anyone who's ever watched anything like me will know filler is not something that I put the lights in the return journey. Right, let's go. Oh well, dreams of spreading muck all day and night have quickly vanished just as I expected them to, so I might go and feed me calves and then call it a day. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bit of a boring video, but yeah, aren't they all? Bye for now.